He was drawing a picture of him and a friend playing. Supposedly it was a water gun. He drew a picture of him and his friend playing with a water gun.
Okay.
But
you.
Okay. It was actually labeled me, and the me person had the gun. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The you person was the person getting shot, and it was supposedly a water gun. What happened to this picture? 3.
It was passed to the kid on the school bus.
And what did he do?
He went home and told his mommy.
He went home and told his mom, and then what happened?
Mom called the principal. The principal decided to suspend him.
For
1 day.
For 1 day. 1, 2, 3. Zero tolerance policy has some irrational responses sometimes. Click it, Jeremy. Pick me a category. Y'all have it next.
Was it 3rd grade or 2nd grade?
Doesn't matter. Pick me a category.
Congress, 2 points.
Congress for 2. Article 1, Section 8. Article 1, Section 9. First-hand IC. Go ahead. Toby.
Section 8 is about the enumerated powers.
Section 8 is about the enumerated powers. What does that mean?
The ability they can coin money.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Okay, B. Go ahead and lay it out for me. So what does Article 1, Section 8 basically say?
It's about the Senate.
About the Senate? Just the Senate?
And the House.
And the House. What do you get out of Article 1, Section 8, Article 1, Section 9? In its most general form. Anybody in the group can answer this.
The limits of power.
Go ahead.
Powers and limitations of Congress.
Okay, Article 1, Section 8, 1, 2 is going to be dealing specifically with the powers of Congress. Article 1, Section 8 deals with the powers. And you're right, the power to coin money, the power to tax, things like this are all specifically in there. What's Article 1, Section 9? The limitations. Go ahead, talk to me. Can you give me something specific that Congress can't do?
They cannot declare somebody innocent or guilty.
They cannot declare somebody innocent or guilty. What's that called if they do? Anybody in the group? You guys have it. 4, 3, 2, should be right on the outline. 1, what's that? Ex post facto, -2. Go ahead, Aaron. Bill of attainder is exactly what it is. 1, 2, declaring somebody innocent or guilty. You're not supposed to do that. Go ahead, click it. Article 1, Section 8 is the powers. Article 1, Section 9, the limits on the power. Aaron's group, y'all gave me the last correct answer. Go.
Civil rights 1.
Civil rights for 1. 13th Amendment. What was the 13th Amendment? First-hand IC. Go ahead, Annette.
Slavery.
Slavery. What about slavery?
It was abolished.
13th Amendment abolished slavery. Pick me a category. Go ahead, Jeremy.
That was it?
That was it. And involuntary servitude. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, there you go again. There you go again. Go ahead. Pick me a category. You guys have
He just did
2
Congress.
points.
4.
Civil.
2 for civil. Brown versus Board and Plessy versus Ferguson. First-hand IC. Go ahead, Mike.
Brown versus Board of Education, like set the standard that's separate but equal is not constitutional.
Okay, and more specifically, what area did it deal with?
Schools.
Dealt with the schools. Actually did. Dealt with desegregating of the schools. That is the Turkey group. 1, 2. Go ahead, Plessy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, AJ.
Unless we can add on to Brown versus Board of Education. I know Plessy. He knows Plessy.
Okay, go ahead. You guys have it.
Plessy was when there was a man who was 1A black and they went onto the white train car and he got arrested for it. And
What was the principle that came out of it?
That was separate.
That was separate but equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it was. Go ahead, click it, Jeremy. Yeah, Brown desegregated the schools. Plessy separate but equal. Aaron, pick me a category.
One for civil liberties.
Yes. I'm sorry. What was it? Civil Liberties, Chapter 4 for 1. List all you can. Go ahead, click it, Jeremy. School prayer. You guys have it first. You'll have it next. Talk to me about school prayer.
School prayer is allowed.
Okay.
You can't be forced to do it.
Can you give me some examples of some school prayers that would be allowed?
Kind of like the pledge.
The pledge? -1. Wow, I don't know where that came from. Go. You guys have it next. Go.
Students can't pray in the classroom while there's a professor.
Students can't pray in the
No,
classroom
yes,
while
like,
there's...
no, that
That's
you-
-1.
That the school team.
That's
is-
-1. Go.
The students cannot,
The big lead and they're swearing at me. Yeah, I see. Go ahead.
students cannot launch into prayer when a paid professor or teacher is present.
Okay, what students are we talking about here?
Grade and high school.
Okay, high school students. See, here's the thing on this, and this is where it is kind of important. One, high school. When you say professor, that's college level, and that's a little bit different. But for our purposes, in terms of high school, okay, number one, can you give me some examples of when students can pray?
If they want to, if they're on a football team per se, and they are not saying anything to God, but they're just joining together to do the best they can and for everyone to be safe.
With the coach there.
Yeah.
-1.
No.
Without the coach.
Go ahead.
They can pray before a test.
Okay, you can pray before a test. Pretty straightforward. Go ahead.
You can, a student on a sports team is allowed to gather other students by choice to say a prayer before a game if the coach is not involved in the room because of the paid.
That's exactly what it is. See, here's the thing about school prayer. It is legal as long as these kids do not feel coerced. And remember, we talked about this. The idea basically, very simply, is this. When you think about college, you're more developed in college. You're a little more worldly. You're above 18. You're not going to be as susceptible to basically peer pressure or things that go on in the classroom. When you're in high school or grade school even, your clay is still basically being molded, which means they're not going to allow the principal or the guidance counselor or the teacher or the custodian or the lunchroom lady or the coach pray because you're going to feel pressure to do it because you don't know any better. So prayer is allowed. You can say grace. You can pray before a test. You can pray as a group in a locker room or around the flagpole. The key thing is you can't have that state figure there guiding the prayer or leading the prayer in any form. And again, these are talking about those school officials. Real quick.
Doesn't that kind of fall amongst the First Amendment? Isn't that part of the amendment that it falls under?
Yeah, it does. It does fall under the First Amendment. Click it, Jeremy. Pick me a category. Go.
Civil liberties 2 points.
Civil liberties for 2. List all you can. Click it. Free exercise and establishment. You guys have it, then the next hand I see. You'll have it next, Aaron. Free exercise and establishment clause. 4.
Under First Amendment for religion, speech, petition, press, and assembly.
Okay, what does it mean? 3.
Must treat all religions equal.
Which one?
Establishment.
The establishment clause basically says that the government must treat all religions equally. And when you think about it, can you give me an example of the free or the establishment clause?
That you can't place the 10 Commandments on the wall unless you place the other, unless you place higher holy things for other religions next to
The
it.
10 Commandments cannot be placed on the wall by themselves because you would be establishing a Christian doctrine as being the primary doctrine in a given place.
Unless it's next to Maryland laws, federal law, and other things.
We'll get to that. So we're good as far as this is concerned right now. What's free exercise? 4.
That
3.
You can practice any religion.
What's that?
You can practice any religion.
You can practice any religion you want. Tell me more.
For example, like the animal sacrifice and the I am religion. Or
Okay.
healer.
So it's legal for you to be able to be a faith healer. It's illegal for you to be able to animal sacrifices and things like this. First Amendment free exercise basically says that the government cannot come in and step on your religious practices. You've got the right to freely exercise the religion